Okay, I'm going to go over some mount escape techniques with my partner Joe. I'm Tony, and thank you very much. Let's do this. So, mount escape techniques and concept. So first I'm going to have Joe start in a high mount so you can sit up tall so that they can see. Okay, so the first thing is I have to get to where I can actually use my hips. Okay, if I bump from here, Joe's not going to move as much as if he would move when he's on my hips. So what I'm going to do now applies to every mount escape you're going to do. So I want to get big in my space, put my elbows down towards the mat, so if Joe was to try to stand up, he's attached to the mat, okay, and to me. So that means when I move, he moves, okay? That's a little tip, a little trick. So from here, I'm going to shimmy or shoulder walk until my hips are under Joe's hips, okay? So that's going to be the beginning to any mount escape you do. Now from here we're going to do 4 different variations. Alright, the first one is just a simple bump and roll, so Joe's going to start up with good posture. Again, I have down pressure with my elbows, so if he tries to lift his knees, we're stuck together and he can't come off the mat. Alright, so I'm going to upa or bridge with my hips and put his hands on the mat. 1, right? Come back down, hug the elbow, adjust, and then I'm going to bump and roll one more time. So there's 2 upas, 2 bumps. 2 and then over. 1, 2. Okay, that's the first one. So we're going to go ahead and stay with him on my hips. Okay, got to shoulder walk, got to get him here or there's no escape. Remember, you got to do that first. Elbows down still. I'm going to upa, but this time he's not going to put his hands on the mat. He's going to be more like a bull rider and keep his balance. So I'm going to upa. Boom, he keeps his balance. There's space under my hip, so I'm going to turn and use that and put my hands on his hip, okay? And I'm going to hip escape. I'm just going to hip escape until I can bring out my bottom leg. Boom, Joe's probably going to follow me. He's going to bring his knees closer to my hips. I'm going to turn to the other hip, block his other hip, pull that knee out. He's still probably following. I'm hip escaping until now I can block his shoulder, pull my foot out. I can put it on his hip, or I can keep it on the mat, turn to the other shoulder, the other side, all the way out, and technical stand-up. Okay, so that's your 2 basic textbook hip escapes. Okay, here's 2 more variations. So he's on my hips. This case, I'm going to pull this hip out. So I'm going to walk my foot against the mat until this helps me get to my side, and I'm going to do the same hip escape process I just did. Pull my knee out. There's just less upa or no upa on this one. Okay? I'm going to turn to the other side to get my other knee out. Joe's probably going to follow a little bit, keeping my knee. He's trying to jam my ankles to my butt. So bring hip pressure till you're jamming my ankles. Right? Same thing. I continue to turn to this side, blocking his shoulder this time instead of his hip, and then I turn. Same thing on the other side. Okay? So there's a lot of similarities in all these patterns, and most likely you're going to end up doing a combination of all of these. Alright, so same thing on this one. I'm walking my hip out, turning to my side here. This time he's keeping this knee tight, and he's not letting me bring space for my knee, so don't let me have space to pull this knee through. I'm going to trap his foot, and then I'm going to reverse hip escape. I'm going to escape my knee out this way. Okay, to a half guard, turn to this side, pull this knee out, turn to this side again, get this foot free or this ankle, turn to this side and do the same all the way through. 4 hip escapes in a nutshell. Thank you.